It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, my new Ember coffee mug. In this video, we're going to talk about three things. Number one, I'm going to tell you how to save some money with your purchase of this mug. Number two, I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why you shouldn't buy this mug. And the third thing we're going to talk about is the reason why I decided to keep my mug and use it. So let's get on with it. So let me give you a tip on purchasing this cup, mug, or travel mug. Well, Ember Company has been around since a successful crowdsourcing event in 2014 when they were able to form a company. This has been a successful company and their products have been sold worldwide. In the United States, you can see that it's sold on Amazon, it's sold in Starbucks, Best Buy, and many retail stores across the United States. I purchased mine in Canada through Amazon. You can also purchase these products in various centers in Europe. When we're talking about the Ember coffee cup mug or travel mug, you have to understand that there are 3 products. The one I purchased was the coffee mug. Now, when you are looking at purchasing this product and you're seeing multiple prices in different locations, you need to understand which one you're talking about. So I'm going to limit my discussion today to the Ember coffee mug. Now, this comes in 2 sizes. It comes in a 10 ounce and 14 ounce, and it comes in 3 colors, white, black, and gray. So here's the tip. I purchased mine on Amazon, and the Ember mug on Amazon was about $200 Canadian. However, everyone seems to want the white or the black. When I chose gray as the color, I got $60 off. And then I got a manufacturer rebate of $20, which gave me about $80 off the price of this device. So when you're looking at purchasing this, check the different colors because you may find it cheaper to buy a color that's not so popular. The other thing you should also know that this cup has been around for many years. So the original Ember mug was simply called Ember mug, but the updated one is called Ember mug 2. And that is the one that you should be buying. So what are my 2 reasons for not purchasing this product? Well, I want you to grab your smartphone for a minute. I have a Pixel 6. Grab your iPhone or your Samsung phone, whatever you have, and I want you to look at the phone and tell me a few things. I always say in amazement that this thing's waterproof or water resistant or whatever your phone is. How do they make these things waterproof? Amazing, eh? Now, the second thing about these phones is they all have wireless charging. You know, I was at the airport yesterday and I just put my phone down and it charged. I was at a restaurant yesterday as well. They had smart charging stations at the table. I just bought a light stand from Costco for $20 and I put the phone on it and it charges it. It's got smart charging. Like everybody has smart charging now. That's pretty cool. And the third thing your phone has, at least the newer ones, has fast charging. Fast charging is great because it really does wireless charging, but it charges your phone up quickly. Well, let's go back and look at the $200 Ember coffee mug in 2022 has none of those features, all right? Now, when you first purchase this mug, you need to have a family meeting with all the people in your family that might have contact with this mug. Because there are 2 things that you cannot do with this mug. First of all, you cannot put it in the microwave. In the bottom of the mug is all the electronics that heat the coffee up to keep it hot. And if you put that in the microwave, you will not be very happy because your mug will no longer work. And the second thing is it can't go in the dishwasher. You can imagine you're having a busy dinner party, a lot of people working in the kitchen. They decide to clean up the kitchen and run the dishwasher for you, and they've just put your Ember coffee mug in the dishwasher, and it is not waterproof. In fact, you're not supposed to put it in the dishwasher at all. Part of the reason for that is the charging system. If you look on the bottom of the Ember coffee mug, you'll see two circular copper rings. These copper rings are the contact points for the saucer. And if you look on the saucer is what you plug into the wall and charge the battery in the mug. When you put the mug on the saucer, there is a contact, and this charges the mug. You'll normally get an hour's worth of productivity out of the mug, and then it has to be recharged for a couple of hours. So it's not waterproof, it's not wireless, and it's certainly not fast charging. The second thing is I want you to grab your phone again and have a look at it. And over the years, I've spent a lot of time doing tech support with phones, and as you know, Bluetooth connects a lot of your devices to your phone. Now, what I consider Bluetooth is, it's like black magic. First of all, black magic is bad, and also nobody understands it. And I think the same applies to Bluetooth. Now, on the Pixel line of phones, you'll find out that Google is bringing in what we call fast pairing, which really is getting away from Bluetooth connections and a new technology. And you'll be seeing this on more Android phones as we move forward, because it is very problematic when you're trying to connect Bluetooth devices, particularly older ones with older technology. So let's go back to our coffee mug now. One of the cool things about this coffee mug is that there's an app with it, and the app connects to your mug through Bluetooth. Great! So I get my mug, and of course connected my Pixel 6 phone initially to the mug. It worked fine. It connected right away, and it brings up a pretty impressive menu. The menu is, you can set, of course, the temperature. There's a little slider, and you can connect the temperature to anything you want. And then, of course, each type of drink you make, if it's a latte or Americano or whatever you want, you can set it so that your coffee mug will actually go to the temperature that's best for that drink. All pretty cool stuff when it works. Well, within 24 hours, there was a notification on my phone that there was an app update for the Ember coffee mug, which I did. And of course, that broke the app. It would not update, and that was it. After about 2.5 hours of doing all my tricks that I've learned over the years, I decided just to let it rest, and I don't use the app now at all. I don't really think it's that important. Your coffee mug will work just fine without the app. It will heat it to 145 degrees Fahrenheit, and it should be nice and hot for you. So you don't need to use the app. When I went to the Ember website and looked at the support for Bluetooth, the approved phones were like 5 or 6 years old. They haven't updated that system for a long time, and I suspect that one of the problems here is it's just old technology, and that the version of Bluetooth they're using in their mug just isn't compatible with the modern phones. So it might work on some phones, the app might work on some phones, and it might not work on others. But again, something I probably would expect with a $200 coffee mug. Anyway, those are two reasons why I think you should be very cautious about buying this. So with those shortcomings, why didn't I return my mug? Well, as you can see on this image, I'm an amateur barista. I get up in the morning, enjoy my latte. Prior to heading to the office, I grab a Americano and enjoy sipping it for the first hour I'm in my office. The Ember coffee mug keeps it hot. I don't use the app. It inherently works on its own, and it fits in my schedule just perfectly. And that's the reason I kept it. Hopefully this video will help you with your decision making on the Ember coffee mug and maybe save you a little bit of money as well. Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. You know, we'd sure appreciate that. Like and subscribe. Anyway, till we see you again, have a great day and enjoy your coffee.
How to choose an ISP in the US and Canada. I'm Hewie Poplock. What's a good internet speed? 0 to 5 megabits per second. You can check email, streams music on one device, and you probably can do a Zoom meeting. 5 to 40 megabits per second, stream on one device, and some others you can see. 40 to 100 megabits works for streaming HD video on a few devices and downloading large files. Above that, 100 to 500 megabits, you can do quite a bit, and of course 500 to a gigabit or more works for doing almost anything. Speed tests. How accurate are they? Sadly, they're often not at all accurate. Sometimes an internet speed test isn't accurate because the method the service uses isn't great. When you start a speed test, multiple things occur. First, the client determines your location and the closest test server to you. With the test server in place, the speed test sends a simple signal, a ping, to the server and it responds. The test measures that round trip in milliseconds. After the ping is complete, the download test begins. The client opens multiple connections to the server and attempts to download a small piece of data. At this point, two things are measured: how long it took to grab the fragment of the data and how much of your network resources it used. If the client detects that you have room to spare, it opens more connections to the server and downloads more data. The general idea is to tax your internet connection and see how much it can do simultaneously. Next is the upload test. It's essentially the same process as the download test, but in reverse. Instead of pulling data from your server to your PC, the client uploads data from your PC to the server. Let's look at a few speed tests. First, we'll go to Google and type in speed space test. We get a blue box. We click on that blue box and we get a speed test. And this is the result we got from that test. Next, we go to speedtest.net. We run the test, and this is what the result we got. Then we ran the same test, but from Ookla's app, and this is the result we got. And then finally, we ran Frontier's own speed test, and this is the result. How to choose an internet service provider in the US and Canada. Let's look at the US first using highspeedinternet.com. This is the website. Let's just look down. It just gives you some information. You can search by any state, information about them. But to get the information you want to put in your zip code. Let's use mine to begin with. At the top is an ad, and then below that are the different internet service providers, or ISPs, in my zip code. Xfinity, Spectrum, Earthlink, Frontier, T-Mobile, Home Internet, and Viasat, and Suncoast Broadband. And you can see what their top speeds are for download. I'm using Frontier, and I can get up to 2,000 megabits per second or 2 gigabits. Let's look at the plans. It takes you directly to their website, the Frontier website. It does not give you an intermediary that makes money on it, although this website may get some click-through benefits. But you can see what service they have, and you can contact them for more information. And they have a lot of information on their pages, of course. They're advertising their service. So you can choose any of the plans and then take a look at information about it. Let's go back to the first page and let's put another zip code in. Let's take one in Mesa, Arizona, for instance. Again, an ad at the top, and then there are just a few services that are available in Mesa, but Cox is one that has up to 1,000 megabits per second, or 1 gigabit. So let's take a look at their plans. Takes you again to their page. And it gives you various plans that they have available. Now, they may not be all available at your address, and so you do have to put that information in, and then they will tell you if you have certain services available for that area. So that's highspeedinternet.com. How to find an internet service provider if you live in Canada. Saying that the highspeedinternet.com is only for the US, I looked for a similar website for Canada. Came across a couple. This is the one that I chose to take a look at with you. And it's called ℍ𝕖𝕜. It wants here, instead of a zip code, a street address. But let's take a look down here a little bit more. There is some information, some news. Again, a list of providers in the various areas, and then choose the right internet plan. In other words, some information on how to do so, and then it lists the major companies in Canada, and you can click on any of those and go to their page as well. But let's come back up here to the top, and let's go ahead and put in an address in Comox, British Columbia, and we search. Just like highspeedinternet.com, it gives us a list of various companies that are available in that area, and a little bit different, they give some of the pricing right here as well at different speeds, and you can come all the way down towards the bottom and get more results and get faster and faster speeds and load more results, and we get more. And there's one that you can get up to 2,500 megabits per second, or 2.5 gigabits. Let's take Shaw right here, this one. They call it Fiber Plus Gig. It tells you that it's $99 a month. And it gives you information on the speeds and what the upload speed will be as well. And then some extras. So it gives you a lot of information for you to decide which service you want wherever you are in Canada. Now let's go back to the internet here at Whistle. They do have some sections that you can look up as well. Best internet for Zoom. Check your internet speed, so you can test your internet speed directly from this website as well. Not very accurate. I wouldn't go by that. So that's ℍ𝕖𝕜 for Canada. They also have cell phones and some iPhone details if you want to take a look at that as well. How to choose an ISP in the US and Canada. I'm Hewie Poplock.
Google's reading mode, the reading mode that makes everybody happy. You get to see your website, or in this case, your email, without having to look at any ads. And the publisher can't really complain because they still get the benefit of having their ads or whatever they print available. So both people are happy, and it's not using an ad blocker. Let me show you how to turn this on and how to use it. Start by opening up your Chrome browser, and then you need to go to Chrome Flags. Hit enter, and once this opens, type reading mode into the search box. And you'll notice that reading mode comes up. This is set to default when you open it. Make sure you set it to enable. And at that time, you'll be asked to restart the Chrome browser. Do that, and then it will reopen the browser. Now, once you've enabled reading mode, let me show you what happens when I start to actually use it. Go back into my email. I'll open up that same email that we looked at before. And now up on top, this little square box with the dark line on one side, select it. And actually what it's showing you is you're going to get 2 columns. As soon as you hit it, you now have 2 columns. Your original email and the reading list. Click on the down arrow and select reading mode. As soon as you do that, there is your, in this case, email, but minus all of the graphics and or ads. The only thing you've got is just what you want to read. Now, the beauty of this is you can make this side bigger by just coming over and then dragging it and making it bigger. In essence, you can just about hide what's already there, but you haven't blocked the original because it's still behind you. So you can get the best of both worlds. When you just want to see the text, start up the reading mode. When you're finished reading what you want to read, just close it back out. It's gone. Want it back again? Select it. You notice the first time you select reading mode, after that, that's what it's set for. You can then go ahead and choose one of the other options. But this is what we need, and you can select its size, blocking out what's behind it, bringing it back once you move it over. Nice, neat little feature. Hopefully this becomes part of the permanent stuff that gets put into the Chrome browser. Now this should also work in other Chromium-based browsers. I just tried it in the Avast Secure browser, and it works there. Stay safe, stay secure. I hope that helps. Bye-bye.